Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Watch the JHS Bass Fishing Team live on Main Street TV Facebook and Total Media YouTube on Saturday.
Here we have the big bass, another over 15 inches.
And this stream is brought to you by Clark Law Office, Iron City Pipe and Supply, Raccoon Creek Outfitters, Coad, Hothead Burritos, Honda Suzuki Polaris K-Name of Jackson, Search, Mike's Bait and Tackle, Brown Brothers Lube and Oil, Village Haircutters Barbershop, and Mayhew Brown Funeral Home.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where it is a dreary Tuesday, but it's a beautiful day here in the studio because we are going to bring you a very special treat today, and we hope that you enjoy it. Yesterday, when Pete and Jeremiah were in, we talked a bit about the Wild Turkey Festival that happened on the downtown streets of MacArthur over the weekend, and brought you a few snippets of this, that, and the other. But we thought today, as our treat to you, we would play the entire Wild Turkey Festival parade so that you can get to see every bit of it if you didn't get out on the streets of MacArthur over the weekend. That's what we're here for, to bring things like that to you when you can't get out and about and see it in person, as so many of you can't for this reason or another. You never know. So I think the parade is about 30 minutes long. You're going to get to see all kind of visiting queens and teams and all kind of fun stuff. And of course, again, this was the Wild Turkey Festival Parade, which occurred on the downtown streets of MacArthur on Saturday evening, right before the Queen crowning and featured entertainment. So let's head on out to the parade, and then we'll have a guest when we come back on the other side of it. Enjoy.
With the Telegram, I am broadcasting live in downtown MacArthur, where we are waiting for the 40th annual Vinton County Wild Turkey Festival Grand Parade to make its way to. We're expecting a nice parade this evening, as this is the 40th year for the festival. Towards the front of the parade, we'll be watching for Jeannie Willis, who is the owner of Bud's One Stop. She had the honor of being selected as the Grand Marshal for this year's festival, so we'll be watching for her towards the front of the parade this evening. And as I usually do, we're going to call it as we see it on these parades. There may be some units that I don't know, but I'll try my best to call it as I see it. And the parade is making its way to the intersection of State Route 93 and Route 50. All right, for anybody just tuning in, we are watching the 40th Annual Wild Turkey Festival Grand Parade here on the downtown streets in MacArthur, Ohio. The parade has made its way through the intersection of Route 50 and State Route 93 and is making its way on 93 North. So it will be in the shot here soon. Leading the parade, you have a unit from the MacArthur Police Department, followed by the Benton County Sheriff's Office. And once again, we will be watching for Jeannie Willis, who is the Grand Marshal for this year's parade. The committee selected her for that honor. She has been a big supporter of the Wild Turkey Festival and the community in general. And behind them, you have a unit from the Benton County Sheriff's Office. You have the Color Guard, and behind them you have the Hawking County Fallen Heroes unit making its way through the parade. And then behind them, there is your Grand Marshal, that is Jeannie Willis, making her way through the parade there. Behind them we have some royalty. As they get a little closer here, I should be able to see. This is your Benton County Wild Turkey Festival royalty, making their way through. The Queen Lily Young. This is her final parade before she gives up her crown. All right, and then behind them we have past queens of the Wild Turkey Festival, making their way through. So there they are. You got that turkey up there. And behind them you have your marching Vikings. Behind them, you have a unit from the MacArthur Fire Department. That's Engine 2401. Behind them, another unit from the MacArthur Fire Department. This is Engine 2404, making their way through. Behind them, you have a unit from the Benton County EMS. That's Unit 2906, making their way through the parade here at your 40th Annual Wild Turkey Festival. This is in MacArthur, downtown MacArthur, Ohio. There's still this evening for the festival. That was your Little Miss Wild Turkey Festival Queen and Little Miss and Royalty there that just went by. Behind them you have Little Mr. Gobbler making his way through the parade this evening. Behind them you have, this is your little Mr. Gobbler contestant there making his way through. And you have the Home County Antique Festival that just went by. And then now we're getting into your contestants for the Wild Turkey Festival. So that was contestant number 1. Contestant number 2. So one of these lovely ladies will be crowned queen tonight. Behind them, we have a unit from the Zaleski Fire Department. That's engine 2601. And behind them, the contestants continue for the Wild Turkey Festival. This is contestant number 4. Behind them is contestant number 5. Behind them, we have contestant number 6. Another unit from the Zaleski Fire Department, Volunteer Fire Department. This is engine 2603, making its way through. Behind them, the contestants continue. These are all contestants for the Vinton County Wild Turkey Festival. This is your queen contestants. And one of these lovely ladies will be named queen tonight. That is contestant number 7, making her way by. Classic car there. Behind them, contestant number 8. There was 13 young ladies that tried out for queen this year. We were there and live streamed that contest. So there's contestant number 9. Behind them, contestant number 10. Behind them, that's contestant number 11 in the blue dress. On the hood of the white truck is contestant number 12. And bringing up the rear is contestant number 13. So once again, one of these young ladies will be crowned this evening. Follow the parade on the main stage, so be sure to tune in for that. We will be live streaming. Behind them, we've got some folks walking in the parade. It says elect Jeffrey Harper III for commissioner. And if I recall, Jeffrey is there with the seat. Making his way through. We talked to him on the radio back in the spring. He called in after the election results had came in. So a lot of people walking for Mr. Harper there. Hopefully everything's coming through okay. Okay, and then behind those folks, we have a unit from Harrison Township Volunteer Fire Department. This is Tanker 2811 making their way through the parade this evening. And then behind them, I believe these are your finalists or your contestants for the Little Miss. That's contestant number 1 making her way through the parade. Those young ladies will find out their results tomorrow afternoon on Sunday. So Sunday, May 5th. One young lady will One young lady will be named Little Miss. So that was contestant 2 and 3 that just went by. Behind them, we have contestant number 4, and once again, one of these young ladies will find out if they'll be Little Miss or the Court tomorrow afternoon here at the Wild Turkey Festival. Behind them, that is contestant number 5 making her way through. Then we have contestant number 6 right behind her. These are all your contestants for Little Miss for this year's Wild Turkey Festival. Behind her is contestant number 7. And riding on the classic car here, that is contestant number 8, making her way through the grand parade here at your 40th annual Wild Turkey Festival. So behind them, we've got some folks walking through. It says Poked and Polished Tattoo and Spa walking through the parade. Must be a local business here in MacArthur or Benton County. Coming up behind them, Test 1, 2. Hello. Folks were saying we lost audio. Somehow my audio got muted. Hopefully I'm back. If you missed it, you just missed some royalty from other counties in the state making their way through. So right here, this is the Grape Jamboree. That was a candidate for judge. Having some issues here. I'd set up an umbrella to keep me dry, but it's not been raining, so I've been trying to take my umbrella down here. So it likes to pull my setup. So here, this is your Miss Vinton County royalty making their way through the parade. Okay, behind them, this is your 2023 Little Mr. and Miss Firecracker making their way through the parade. And we have the royalty. This is from the Apple Butter Stirring Festival. Checking my audio here. Behind them, you have royalty. This is this Pike County Beaver Oktoberfest. And just right up the road, this is a royalty from the Ohio Hills Country Festival. This royalty is always crowned in September during the Ohilco. We were there and covered that as well. This is this Pike County Beaver Oktoberfest. And just right up the road, this is your royalty from the Ohio. Okay, then we have some more royalty. This is it's a harvest festival somewhere. Couldn't read the print. It's too small. Okay, now coming in front of the camera, we have some more royalty making their way through. This is Herds of Hope royalty making their way through. And then we have the Pleasantville Music and Street Festival, Queens Court. Sure where that's held. Pleasantville. And behind them, this is your royalty from the Midnight at Moonville. I think this was something new last year or the year before last that they started, if I recall. So you have Miss Moonville, Junior Miss Moonville, and Little Miss Moonville. So they have 3 royalty for that out there. I know that's really grown over the years there at Moonville Tunnel here in Benton County. Behind them, you have the Wilkesville Fire Department annual fish fry royalty, making their way through very quickly. And behind them, we have a Baton Corps group making their way through. This is Encore Elite making their way through. Alright, and then behind them we have, this is your Benton County Fair. Queen, King, and Court making their way through the parade. And behind them we've got several semi-trucks. This is from Austin Power and Company, making their way through. Bright red, shiny semis here. That's Mike's Towing, making their way through. Okay, and then behind them we got some old tractors making their way through the parade. This is one of those McCormick and Deering Farmall tractors. And behind them you got a John Deere green tractor. Making their way through. And we got some classic cars here. Classic GMC making their way through. And then we have the Pleasant Valley Trinity Church making their way through here. And behind them you got some of those Aladdin Shriners making their way through in their unique vehicles. behind them, you have Pleasant Valley Trinity Church again. Then we have a school bus from Benton County Local Schools. I think you're getting into the little ball teams. Yeah, this is the little leaguers, or whatever you call them. Got all the different teams making their ways through. All of them are sponsored by different businesses in the community. We got a bunch of them. All right, we got one more Little League here, and then got a unit from the MacArthur Police Department bringing up the rear. Jeez. This is blurry. All right, and then you have MacArthur Police Department bringing up the rear there, and that concludes your 40th annual Benton County Wild Turkey Festival Grand Parade. I'm gonna sign off and head down to the main stage because they'll be doing the crowning of the Queen and Court. So I'm gonna sign off, and then we'll be heading down there. So hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Hopefully it wasn't too much of a mess. I had some technical difficulties. I planned on doing some multi-streaming to other platforms, but for some reason it's not working. I'm gonna have to do some testing to find out what's wrong with that. So we're just on my Facebook page, but feel free to share this out. I'll try to cross-post it later. Once again, coming up here, it's like 7:30, they will be doing the crowning of the Queen and Court. I'll be heading out to the main stage to secure a spot for that, so be sure to stick around. Hopefully the rain holds off. I thought it was gonna rain during the parade. Just clouded up, didn't have any rain. Hopefully it'll hold off for the Queen crown.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Jeremiah, for braving the weather, going out and filming the Wild Turkey Festival parade. But this is the things that this is why we're here.
Yeah.
And, we are here to bring things like that to you when you can't get out and see it in person, right?
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. I hadn't seen the parade up until this point, so it's kind of fun to sit here and watch it with you.
know.
And
It's fun.
and,
You get to see all that fun stuff. And
yeah.
well, our good friend Eric, aka Kyle, is here.
Yes. Good morning.
Welcome. And so you were here at Total Media a while back and then
Yeah.
took a little leave of absence, if you will, and now you are back.
Yeah.
And so I guess tell everybody who you are.
Yeah. So, like you mentioned, Jen, Kyle is the alter ego around the Total Media facility.
It's a really long story,
Yeah,
but we
we'll-
won't tell it here.
Yeah. We'll get into it some other time. But Eric Landrum's my name. I'm from Jackson. Was aboard the Total Media sales team
Yeah.
and took a little hiatus for a little while.
Yeah.
And I'm back now, and I'm in promotion, so I'm going to be kind of a little bit of everywhere, it seems, and maybe on the microphone once in a while too. So
Yeah,
knows?
well, we're so happy to have you back. If you haven't gotten to meet Eric, he's wonderful, or Kyle. I have to figure out which
they
one
are
I'm
two
gonna
different
call you.
people. They
Are
are.
they?
Yeah, Kyle's much higher energy. Kyle comes out once in a while.
Oh, okay.
You'll see Kyle once in a while, periodically.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just an alter ego. Don't
We'll
worry
just
about
see
it.
we'll invite both of you to the program.
Hey, Kyle's the partier.
Is he?
Kyle's the partier.
how to rock?
Kyle has a good time. Kyle
Does
has
he?
a good time. Yeah.
I've met Kyle. I think
Yeah.
at the brewery.
Yes, Kyle. You've met Kyle several times at the brewery. Yeah, Kyle likes to enjoy the brewery a little too much, but hey,
No,
a great place to enjoy anything, by the way.
It is.
It is,
Thanks,
it is,
thanks,
it
we
is.
appreciate that.
Of course.
But no, welcome. And so you had done some sales before.
Yeah,
Now, coming back. The cool thing about Eric is that he has so much enthusiasm for this kind of business, for media in general. And in fact, you do your own podcast, right?
Yeah. My brother and I, we co-host a sports show called the 740 Sports Show, and you can find that on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and that all's come together here within the past year, and that's something we're really excited about.
Well,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that. So people, where do people, you just said where to find you,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
what all do you talk about? What do you cover?
So we cover local athletes, events, coaches, and teams. Just great things going on. There's so many great sports. There's so many great teams, athletes, you name it, events in the area. Even
my
for
gosh.
adults, there's so you look through the list of events coming up this summer. There's great events for adults. So we've talked to a little bit of everybody. Dave Huggins from the Buck 50 was recently on, the race director from the Buck 50.
I'm gonna tell you what, that thing is insane.
Unbelievable.
From so many aspects.
Unreal.
Number one, the fact that people run in that is
Yeah.
insane to
Yeah.
me, or just run in general is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely, I agree.
the fact that folks like literally they have so many teams involved with that.
Yeah.
Maybe tell everybody what it is if they don't know.
Yeah,
This Buck
so
50 thing is huge.
It's huge. It's massive. At this point, I would go as far as to say it's an international race because we do have competitors from other countries who come in and run it now. But this year, I think that they've told me they took in 105 teams, 108, 105 raced. And the Buck 50 is Southern Ohio's premier 150-mile relay race. You can have up to 150 miles. You can have up to 10 runners on your team.
It's
And
crazy.
yeah, the team who won it this year was called the Blue Collar Track Club out. I'm not sure where they were out of now that I'm thinking about it, but they had a couple of runners who I think a couple ran at Walsh. And, they finished it in just over 14 hours.
So 150 miles.
In 14
in
hours. They were running a little over a 5-minute pace through 150 miles, and they only had 5 runners.
Said 5.
They had 5 runners, and they won the event with 5 runners ran 150 miles in
Which means they each
14
ran 30
hours.
miles.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah. It's crazy. The athletes they bring in from all over the country, like I said, internationally, it's insane.
Is this just a Chillicothe area
It-
race, or is this like an international? Like,
So-
when I mean international, like, I mean, does it happen other places?
It doesn't. It's exclusively in Ross County. I
Like,
say
who
Chillicothe.
came up with this?
Dave, and I'll tell you, it's such a great story. You check out the full episode on YouTube or Facebook. Dave Huggins, a great guy, but he created a problem. So long story short, the Buck 50, they created a program called MADE, which is similar to that of Drug Free Clubs Drug Free Clubs of America, and he had a boatload of kids sign up, much more than anticipated, and then they were billed for these drug tests that these kids provide to prove they are, in fact, drug-free kids. $113,000 was his first bill. And he realized I created a big problem. And he didn't shy away from the bill. He said, now I got to figure something out. He was a
I gotta
runner,
pay for this.
loved to run, thought up the idea, and the rest is kind of history, I guess. I'd love to, get Dave on here at some point and he could tell us his story.
Yeah.
He's incredible. But yeah, just a great race, great time. A lot of people, a lot of businesses locally contribute to that in Ross County. I think that's
oh my
awesome.
gosh. And
Yeah.
so many people that I know run in it.
Yeah,
and I'm
it's
like,
crazy.
Good for you. Like, I'm
Yeah.
more power to you, man.
And that's the beauty of it. You don't have to necessarily be a full-time runner to do it. You can get a group of buddies together and go up and do it. A good friend of mine, Carson Strange, ran the race. I'm sure you know Carson. He ran the race and said there's nothing better than the beer afterwards. So like you
Right.
can be just a regular person and go run, have a good time with your friends, and then head over somewhere and do
And
your
that's
thing.
the whole point. I mean, like, at the end of the day, don't we all just want to have some fun?
I think so.
And
I really think so.
If you're having fun for a good cause, it's win-win for everyone.
Everyone. Yeah, absolutely. And that's really what we're trying to do is just shed light on the good, the positive, and there's so much of that through athletics. My brother and I grew up playing sports, so it just kind of made sense to go the sports
Love
route.
that.
And that's that's what we're doing now. So we love it. We have a good time, and we're kind of trying to change a little bit of the narrative. There's more going on in Southern Ohio than the things you hear, drugs and all the bad. And
Right. I mean, like, you take our student athletes, for example, because I know you kind of focus on sports and
Yeah.
whatever. And there's also more to Southern Ohio than football,
Absolutely.
basketball,
Yeah.
whatever. We've
Yeah.
had McKenna Craft on here.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
yeah, yeah, she's
um,
insane. Yeah,
she
she's
is insane.
insane. She's insane. The
Yeah.
best kind of insane in
Yeah,
sports, but
absolutely.
insane. Yeah.
But there are all these other sports out there that kids are participating in
Yeah.
and killing it.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's and honestly, when my brother and I, we sit back and we look at it and go, there's way too much for two people to sit and talk about. We talk to
Right.
everybody all the time. University of Rio Grande just announced football.
Football
So
played at Jackson Stadium.
yeah, that's
like,
gonna
how
be-
cool is that?
that's going to be insane. So we're trying to get someone from Rio to join us to discuss that and kind of what went into those decisions as well. But like you said, there's so much good and there's almost too much to focus on, but we're trying. We're doing our best, and hopefully we can continue to grow and do more of it.
Love
That's
that.
the plan. That's the plan.
Absolutely love that. And so that's something you guys have just kind of taken on
Yeah.
yourselves
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
do that. Now, do you release a episode every week?
At
or-
least one every week. Yeah. Wednesdays, Sundays. We do shoot live episodes. This past Sunday, we had a couple of members from the Ross County Trailblazers, their Special Olympics group, join us. And they just had a powerlifting meet to qualify for the state meet this past weekend. They took 10 individuals. All 10 qualified for the state meet. So
Oh, love that.
Coach Kev and David Horsley and Kelton Downs, they joined us for an episode this past weekend, and they were incredible. So much fun, so much life and energy, and they're great athletes too.
That
It's
is
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
So those are all things that you all are bringing to light that some people might not know about, or
yeah,
you just don't hear about every day because
right.
let's just be honest, we live where we live, and you hear about football.
Yeah, it's football.
and,
It-
and
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, it is, or whatever's in season for that matter. Or
Right.
basketball
Baseball.
season, baseball and track, and all those things, and that's great. We've got so many athletes that's their focus, and for so many fans and parents that's their
Sure.
focus as well. We try to get some of the things that maybe don't get as much light. That's really kind of the goal.
Well, and it's
We
like,
love our football too. Don't
well,
get
of
us wrong.
course. I mean,
But,
hello,
but,
who
you know,
doesn't?
yeah. But
That's a given.
yeah.
But it's like, you take like Dylan with the esports,
Yeah.
and there's so many other things out there now that
Yeah.
kids are doing and can be part of teams. And I just don't think there's anything better than being part of a group or a team. It teaches you so much.
Yeah. You mentioned esports too. My first day back was Saturday, so I kicked off with bass fishing here, and what you guys have been doing with bass fishing has been remarkable. It's just been incredible.
I'm gonna give Dylan credit for that.
He's
one.
tackled it
He-
and run with it.
He came to me and he said, "What do you think about
Yeah.
about programming bass fishing?" And
Yeah.
I said, "I think it's incredibly cool that we have bass fishing teams." I'm gonna tell myself here.
Yeah.
I said, "But I'm not exactly sure how you broadcast
Yeah.
that and how you could." And he said, "Well, I think I've got some sponsors." And
Yeah.
I said, "Run with it, man.
Yeah.
Go."
Yeah.
If you've got a thing and an idea, go for it.
Yeah.
And he has run with it, and
He
he has
has.
made it go. And I'm just going to tell you, if there's a bass fishing team when I was at school, I probably would have done it.
Yeah.
because
It looks like fun.
it is like so fun.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
cool.
It looks like a blast. Like I said, we were there. Obviously we had the whole Total Media set up, and the production thing. But just going around and talking to folks who were there, the parents, because it was meet the team event. So that's exactly what I took the opportunity to do. I'm a people person, so I go around and try to talk to people.
Yeah.
And some really cool people there. A guy named Jim Stewart out of Chillicothe. He was there. He had donated or helped accumulate funds to donate over $3,000 worth of fishing gear, fishing equipment, just to anyone that wanted to grab a rod, a tackle box, things like that. Yeah. So just an incredible dude, just an incredible guy doing awesome things for people and didn't have to. He started a GoFundMe, donated $1,300 of his own money, X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Just an employee at Kenworth that, had some friends that wanted to chip in and do their thing. So
that does my heart good. See,
yeah,
that's
seeing
what
kids run
makes-
away with like new fishing poles, like
Yes.
it's just awesome.
Because
It was
it's
incredible.
expensive.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't realize how expensive it was until the kids were in here and they
Yeah.
were, telling me about stuff and the fact that they have such support
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what's so good about our area.
It is.
Our
It is.
people like that,
Yeah.
that care.
Yeah, and he was amazed because we were like, "Hey, can we take a picture?" You know, because at some point we're going to get this guy on social media somewhere, and just give him a little shout out. But he was blowing a picture. He's doing it for nothing,
I don't
doing
want
it for
anything.
nothing. Yeah, he didn't want anything in the world, and just happy to be donating and being a part of it. So he's a boat captain for the team. We sat and had a great conversation. It was his second year doing it, and he's looking to do it a third year.
So here's the interesting thing, and I don't know a lot about the bass fishing thing other than having
Me
the
either.
team in here as guests and all
Yeah,
of that.
Yeah,
But I did find out that, you do have to have adults,
yeah,
number one, donating their boats
yeah.
to you, which
Yeah.
is expensive.
Sure.
Driving the boats. Somebody's got to be captaining the boat for these kids.
Yeah.
And so they need a lot of help.
Yeah. Of course.
And there are people that are doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just donating their time, their boats, their equipment.
Yeah, their money, their funds,
Yeah.
all of it, and
gas, all that.
yeah, and the sponsors that they've gotten. I mean, you see the the equipment hauler that the team has, and all the sponsors who are recognized on that equipment hauler, and it's so nice to see these visions come to life in our local schools. It's awesome.
Love it. And,
Yeah.
we've had these fishing teams now for, a couple of years. It seems like, I think maybe Oak Hill's been a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And then ended up going to the Nationals.
That's
And
crazy.
I mean, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, if you give Southern Ohio kids an opportunity to compete, they can compete at very high levels.
So, it's funny that you said that. I was talking with McKenna Craft one
The
day.
highest
I don't-
levels imaginable for that one.
I don't think she would care that this is just like she and I sitting down like over a burger
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
like one day.
Yeah.
And she was just telling me that you've got to be tough. Like to play sports in general, you've got to be tough mentally, physically, all of that stuff. But she said, it's hilarious because people are scared of us down here.
Yeah.
Because we're tough.
Yeah.
Because we're not a bunch of pansies.
Yeah.
Because we grew up baling hay
I
and
love that.
doing all the stuff that, I grew up doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Sure. Southern Ohio things.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're not, you're in the yard doing something, or
Yes. You mow the grass. You
yeah.
rake the grass.
All of it.
You do all of these things, and
Mhm.
all of these things make you a bit tougher maybe than somebody else.
I think she's an athlete who's definitely taken that edge and just run
Oh.
with it. You know what I mean? Like, she's just so gifted.
She is.
And a lot of Southern Ohio kids, I feel the same way. When they get that, if they've got that little Southern Ohio edge, it's a big advantage. It just is. Maybe it's at Ohio Riverfront. It's at Ohio water. Who knows?
We don't know what's in the water. We don't want to know what's in the water.
Not the
but,
Ohio River, anyway.
But no, it is. I think there is something to it, and
Yeah.
it's an attitude that we have a little bit. We don't shy away from things that are hard.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Kind of what makes us special. Down
It is. It is. And, to see, even, something as cool as Joe Burrow drafted wearing a 740 shirt,
Dude.
That's awesome.
Like,
And we're proud people. We love the area. Everyone that lives down here loves the area. We live and die by our sports teams.
yep.
My perfect weekend is when the Ironmen win, the Buckeyes win, and then but when the Steelers win, so it just
Oh,
is what it
man.
is. Don't cancel
Those
me.
fighting words
I know.
there.
I know. I'm sorry. Grew up with the grandma watching the Steelers, but that's the perfect weekend for myself anyway. And I'd say
Yeah.
a lot of other sports fans feel the same about their area teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I want to play this on the show. I want you guys to hear it.
Okay.
So,
Science says watching sports is good for your mental health.
Oh boy, my mental health.
I don't know how.
Okay.
I mean, you explained it. If what was it? If stress, anxiety,
Yeah.
Drinking
Stress,
beer.
anxiety, beer, high sodium foods. If all of that is great for mental health, sign me up.
I like
Sign me up. I love sports.
On your hometown rock station, Pure Rock.
So
105
unfortunately,
XTQFM.
Porterhouse got the best of me yesterday. He got my competitive side. We were talking about mental health and the impact that sports has on your mental health.
Sure.
And I was like, okay, well, I could see that. High sodium foods, beer, You know, the anxiety of the outcome of the game, big plays, ups and downs.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
it's real good for your mental
Yeah,
health.
yeah, right. You know,
What were we thinking?
yeah, right. I mean, I saw the pictures when you hosted the McKenna Craft event at the brewery. People
Yes.
standing around the TVs. They had
Dude.
beers in hand. They had food. Like that was a
Yes.
great time. There were people living their lives, and it was awesome. You know, that's what sports is.
If you could have bottled up the energy that it took for that 3 minutes of her to whip that girl's butt on the mat
Yeah,
and literally sold it,
Yeah.
you would be a bazillionaire
You could-
because I've never.
it sounds like the name of the next beer. If I had to guess, you know, just bottle up all that energy and put it in a beer. Who
Bottled
knows?
energy.
There you go.
I
But
like
yeah,
it.
I can only imagine. I didn't get to see it.
It was
but
cool.
Yeah,
You
I
had
didn't get
like,
to be there.
you
but
know, classmates and whatever of hers like huddled around the TV,
Yeah.
like
yeah,
screaming and
yeah.
jumping.
Like
and-
fists clenched, just jumping ready. Like I think I saw one photo of someone off the ground. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And the fact that you guys took the time to do that for
Oh,
a
heck
local
yeah.
athlete, awesome.
Yeah.
So super cool. She's
Stressed me
amazing.
out a little bit. I was trying to
Uh-huh.
harness my little my inner Dylan to hook everything up.
Yeah.
I had to. I came in the next day. I'm like, Dylan. I had to just really think outside the box with
Yeah.
that one. So
Yeah.
because we have obviously this like professional AV company that came in and hooked all of our stuff up. So I'm calling that guy that morning. I'm like, dude, I've got to undo everything that you've done
Yeah.
and rehook this stuff up like hillbilly, like hillbilly
740 style.
Yes.
That's right.
And he's like cracking up.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, this is what cord you need. You're going to have to go into your basement, into the box from 1982.
Oh boy.
You know, the old,
But you
the
got it
old
done.
white and yellow cord that has that goes into your headphone jack.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
needed one of those.
Oh.
And you know
boy.
what? By God, I went to my basement and I found one.
Oh, bless your heart. I couldn't have done that.
I did.
Not in my basement.
I
Nope.
called JJ. JJ's like, what on earth do you need that cord? And I said, just don't ask me questions. Do you have one? He said,
Yeah.
I think I have one at home. And I
Yeah.
said, I think I might have one at home.
Yeah.
So yeah, ran home.
All
Anyway,
right.
that was a whole day,
Yeah, but you got it done.
but we got her done.
There we go.
So, but yeah, I think that's awesome. Local sports is great.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you look forward to most about being here at Total Media, being back? What are your goals?
Yeah, so realistically, there's so much going on this place. You know, my goals are going to just kind of be to, you know, I like the party aspect of things. I like the hype. I like the everything that goes into events. So I'm going to be kind of helping plan some things. I'm going to be on site at a lot of things, just kind of
Okay.
helping bring energy, helping bring ideas and creativity, hopefully, and some passion to what we're already doing with already passionate people, you know. So
Yeah.
just kind of add to the team, I guess, would be the goal. You know, just you guys are already doing a great job. So let's just hype it all up.
Well, it's kind of interesting. I just don't know. And I was talking with Gary, kind of the new general manager here, about that. And I don't know if it was on the air or off the air. I can't remember. But, you know, this place is, to say it's unique is the understatement of the
goodness.
century. You know, every aspect of what's in this building is typically a singled out thing that's in one building.
Yeah.
And you've got like 20 things going on all under one roof
Right.
with people that are so talented and that care and that can help each other out.
Yeah.
That are multi-talented. It's unbelievable.
That's what sets Total Media apart is the
Yeah.
number of people who truly do care and the number of people who, you know, I can't tell you how many people here press t-shirts. You know what I mean? Just because the t-shirts are behind.
Right.
So, you know, we got X number of people that'll go back and just press t-shirts just
Yes.
because it needs done.
Because it needs done.
It needs done. And there are people who care and they're, like you said, talented, but talented in so many ways.
Yes.
So many ways. And it blows my mind to walk into this building every day.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a part of why I wanted to come back. You know,
Yeah.
I loved being here before and I was like, I kind of miss being around all those talented folks.
Yeah, no, and there's always somebody that can help you out or that can give you advice or
Yeah.
that you can help out.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
and I think
Two-way
that's really,
street.
really good.
Yeah. And I think if we all took it upon ourselves to do that in our everyday lives, I think the world would be a little bit better.
Pay it
place. So,
forward just to hear, right?
just a little bit. If you can, you know, maybe it's not your day to do that, but maybe tomorrow will be.
Yeah.
You know,
Doesn't
so.
mean you have to buy, the whole McDonald's line
No.
breakfast. It
No.
means do one little thing for somebody.
Yeah, yeah. Just want, something to put a smile on someone's face. I don't know. That's going to be my goal here. You ask me my goal, make life better for every person I encounter. That would be my goal if I had one.
Aw,
So
that's so precious.
here we are. Here we are.
Oh, all
Here
the
we are.
feels.
Oh, we're having fun with it.
Yeah.
We're having fun with it.
Yep. So what events do you look forward to the most?
Oh boy, I'm a sports guy. Anything sports, I'm in. Anything new. I love anything new. So if there's something that we need to be at that we're not at, let us know because we're in.
So Dylan and I were just having this discussion while the parade was playing because he's like, what are all of the things that are coming up? And I was like, Dylan, there's so many things I
So
can't even
much.
begin to tell you.
Yeah.
But we need those things.
Yes, it lives.
The duct tape microphone.
The duct tape microphone lives on.
People have no idea.
What we
Hey, it looks kind of professional.
It does. From afar, this is great. This is fantastic.
That microphone is made out of literally vinyl and duct tape.
Yeah.
I can't make that up.
I think that's cardboard.
And I think it's
Little
I literally.
That's amazing.
I think that it's a paper towel tube.
Yeah. This is the only way I'm going to talk on this show from now. Yeah, this is amazing, Dylan. Every event we go to this summer, this needs to be there. Yeah, so much going on this summer. Dylan, I'm going to ride on Dylan. Dylan, we looked at yesterday and we said, Dylan, fairs are coming up too. Festivals are coming up too. And he went, oh yeah. So Dylan, also, he's got so much going on, but we reminded Dylan, don't forget fairs, festivals are coming up too.
Yep.
So
we need to, at least give them the justice that's due to them.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
I don't think a lot of people understand with fairs and festivals that they are year-round events. And,
Yeah.
You take the Jackson County Fair, the Apple Festival, or anything like that,
Yep.
that they're planning that over a year in advance. So
Mm-hmm.
this year's Apple Festival's already been planned. We're working on
Yeah.
next year's Apple
Right.
Festival.
Yeah, I can't get my friends to show up to a 4th of July cookout, and somehow people pull the Apple Festival off
I
every
know.
year.
Agreed.
In every festival and every fair locally.
Agreed.
Blows
But
my mind.
but they appear to magically happen, and I
know.
think a lot of people take that for granted, and we hope that you don't.
Yeah.
And if you see members of any of those committees or fair boards or Jaffe members or anybody that
Anyone.
throws any kind of, whether it's a one-day event or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about our First Thursdays here in Jackson.
That's so much fun.
I
Those are so cool.
So we had a guy come in that's from the Columbus area, a chef yesterday.
Okay.
He also had a restaurant out in Vegas, whatever, and he has just recently moved to the area. And he said he just needed a break from the hustle and bustle and whatever. He loves our area, whatever. He just stopped by because he liked what we were doing
Yeah.
here in Jackson.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
so
that's
too.
cool. That's cool.
And he just wanted to talk to Jamie and I, and we kind of knew him from up in Columbus. But anyway, he said, I was driving through town on like Thursday, and what's that? There was like people out on the streets
Yeah,
and whatever. And I was
yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's our First Thursday. He was like, that is so cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it
Yeah.
is so cool.
It is.
And
it
that's our
is.
chamber. That's our downtown association, and
Yeah.
all these people doing all of these great things.
Yeah, all great things, and they make you feel good. You First Thursdays when weather's shining, you're downtown walking the streets of
It's
downtown
like
Jackson.
Hallmark movie
Oh, my
moment
goodness.
stuff. Like,
Oh,
come on.
It gives me chills. There's
Yeah.
no better place to be in an evening than downtown Jackson. There just isn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just need to get that Dora pass.
Yeah. Just gotta figure that part of it out.
Not that I'm, Anywho, that was my shameless plug.
That's fair enough.
All right. Well, we are out of time. Eric,
Yeah.
thank you for stopping by.
Thank you
It's
for
so good
having
to
me.
see you back
Yeah,
here.
very nice,
And hopefully you'll be hanging out with me more often
Yeah.
here.
I'm hoping so. Yeah, I'm hoping so. Add to the team and have some fun and keep this up. You guys are crushing it.
That's the whole point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm hoping
So,
so.
Heck yeah.
For sure. Well,
All
thank you.
right. Well, let's get out of here for the day. We will be back tomorrow with our friends from 4-H, and we
Yeah.
will not talk with them with the toilet paper tube. So
Oh, never mind.
put that down.
So long.
We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.